6 foods linked to dementia. Did you know some everyday foods might quietly damage your brain? Today, we'll go over 6 foods that research links to a higher risk of dementia, and I'll break down exactly how they harm your brain, using real science but simple words. Stay with me until the end. These small choices can make a huge difference for your memory and mental health long term. 1. Processed meats. Processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, and sausages contain chemicals like nitrites and nitrates used to preserve and color them. When cooked at high heat, this creates harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products, AGEs. Why is this bad? AGEs trigger oxidative stress and neuroinflammation, 2 processes that damage brain cells and speed up memory loss. They also raise TMAO, trimethylamine N-oxide, a chemical that promotes amyloid plaque buildup, the sticky substance seen in Alzheimer's disease. A large study using data from the UK Biobank found that people who ate more meat had a higher chance of having dementia. In the United States, another long-term study followed over 133,000 people for up to 43 years. They discovered that those who ate more processed red meat, like bacon, hot dogs, sausages, salami, and bologna, had a 13% to 14% higher risk of developing dementia compared to people who ate very little of it. The study also found that eating processed meat made the brain age faster. Thinking skills declined about 1.61 years faster, and verbal memory declined about 1.69 years faster for each extra serving eaten daily. The good news? Replacing just 1 serving of processed red meat each day with healthier foods like nuts or beans lowered the risk of dementia by 19% to 20% and slowed down brain aging. Another study, shared at the Alzheimer's Association International Conference in 2024, showed similar results, a 14% higher risk of dementia with higher processed red meat consumption. Because several large studies found the same thing, the link between processed meats and dementia is now considered much stronger. In fact, the more processed meat you eat, the more harm it seems to do to your brain over time, suggesting a dose-response effect. Overall, these findings show that cutting back on processed meats and choosing more plant-based proteins could be a powerful way to protect your brain and keep your memory sharp as you age. If you found this helpful, give it a like, share, and subscribe for more health tips weekly. 2. Fried foods. Fried foods are loaded with trans fats and advanced glycation end products, AGEs, both of which have been proven to hurt the brain. A study in Nutrients Journal found that high intake of fried foods was linked to smaller brain volume and poorer memory scores. So, how does it damage your brain? Frying creates oxidative stress. Basically, free radicals start attacking your brain cells, causing them to die off faster. It also inflames blood vessels, reducing blood flow to critical parts of the brain, like the hippocampus, your memory center. Limit fried food to an occasional treat. Opt for healthier cooking methods like baking, steaming, or air frying, and load up on antioxidant-rich foods like berries, leafy greens, and nuts to counteract free radical damage. 3. High-sugar foods. High-sugar foods such as soda, candy, and pastries might taste sweet, but it's doing real harm inside your brain. Drinking too many sugary drinks or eating too many sweets could raise your risk of memory problems and Alzheimer's disease. Studies show that people who drink just 1 to 7 sugary drinks a week are more than 3 times more likely to develop Alzheimer's compared to those who don't drink them at all. And it's not just sugar. Even diet drinks like artificially sweetened sodas have been linked to a nearly 3 times higher risk of Alzheimer's. This means the problem might be more than just sugar. It could also be the chemicals used in these drinks. So, how does sugar harm your brain? It causes inflammation, which can damage brain cells. It may block the brain's ability to clear beta amyloid, a sticky protein that builds up and forms plaques in the brains of people with Alzheimer's. Plus, too much sugar can also cause insulin resistance and problems with blood sugar, both of which are known risk factors for dementia. In short, cutting back on both sugary drinks and diet sodas may help protect your brain in the long run. 4. Ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods such as packaged snacks, instant meals, frozen pizzas, and many other ready-to-eat convenience foods aren't just unhealthy. They can literally rewire your brain. A 2022 study from JAMA Neurology showed that eating large amounts of ultra-processed foods had a 28% faster decline in memory, speaking ability, and decision-making skills compared to those who ate less. How it damages your brain. These foods disrupt your gut microbiome, the good bacteria in your intestines that communicate with your brain through the gut-brain axis. An unhealthy gut causes systemic inflammation that reaches your brain, making memory loss and mental fog worse over time. Plus, these foods usually have lots of added sugar, refined carbs, salt, unhealthy fats, and artificial ingredients, all things known to damage health. In another study, older adults with type 2 diabetes who ate more ultra-processed meats and spreads showed a quicker decline in their brain function too. The good news is that replacing ultra-processed foods with more natural, minimally processed foods may help lower the risk of dementia. 5. Saturated fats. Not all saturated fats are bad, but too much can cause serious problems for brain health. Eating too much saturated fat, the kind found in foods like fatty meats, butter, cheese, and fried foods, has been linked to a higher risk of Alzheimer's disease. A long-term study from Annals of Neurology found that women who ate more saturated fats performed worse on memory and thinking tests. Saturated fats trigger chronic neuroinflammation and can weaken the blood-brain barrier, letting in toxins that speed up brain aging. They also promote the accumulation of amyloid plaques, a major marker of Alzheimer's disease. Choose healthy fats found in foods like olive oil, nuts, seeds, avocados, and fatty fish, which can support brain health. 6. High salt foods. Salt doesn't just affect your heart. It has direct effects on your brain too. Animal studies from Nature Neuroscience found that high salt diets caused reduced blood flow to the brain and increased tau protein buildup, both key factors in dementia. How does it damages your brain? Salt shrinks blood vessels in the brain, reducing the oxygen and nutrients brain cells need. It also increases tau tangles, the twisted fibers found in Alzheimer's brains, which disrupt communication between neurons. To protect your brain health, aim to limit your salt intake. Focus on fresh, whole foods and check labels on packaged products, where hidden sodium often lurks. Small daily choices, like choosing real, whole foods over processed junk, can protect your brain for years to come. Your brain is your greatest asset. Protect it now to enjoy a sharper, healthier future.